Now, to discuss this further, we have with us Irina Sukumin. She is a West Asia analyst and human rights activist. She's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Ms. Sukumin, thank you so much for joining us here on WION. I want to ask you, do you think the anti-war voter bloc is large enough to actually dent Joe Biden's re-election bid?
Thank you so much for the invitation. In terms of data, it is definitely not as big. In fact, in Michigan, the overall support for Joe Biden rose several percent since the 2020 elections. There are many controversies that could cost Joe Biden his position, but Gaza is not one of them. It does not rank anywhere close to top of the issues Americans place as central to the election strategy. But that bloc is very vocal, and it's vocal in a way that may affect various congressional primaries for the Democrats. That's where that impact will be felt the most. And of course, the optics of exceptionally loud progressive voices are affecting the way the White House is conducting its policy. For example, there is a lot more public pressure on Israel to align with the policies that are being pushed from that bloc. There's been for the first time in the State of the Union a call for an immediate ceasefire and so forth.
Ms. Sukumin, since you say that the bloc is not large enough, I want to ask you, but still, if you see the protests that are taking place across US, you see that people are signing off Gaza on their ballots, or voting specifically for the uncommitted category against Joe Biden. What kind of message do you think Joe Biden should send out to voters like these at a point like this when elections are just 8 months away?
He has engaged with these voters on many occasions. He has addressed the humanitarian needs of the crisis while balancing it with the U.S. national security interest to defeat Hamas and to get all the hostages released. Right now, we are seeing that increasingly the Palestinians themselves are speaking out against Hamas and its role in the humanitarian and security situation in Gaza. And I think as these voices become louder, this is the sort of messaging that Joe Biden needs to send to these constituencies, especially since some of them have made the issue not so much less about the humanitarian assistance to Gaza and more about an immediate ceasefire that would ensure at this point the survival of Hamas and would not be benefiting Palestinians.
Ms. Sukumin, since you talk about humanitarian aid, one of the criticisms that have come US's way is also that they are not doing enough in terms of humanitarian aid towards Palestinians as well. But for now, let's end with that. Thank you so much for joining us here on WION and getting us all those insights.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.